podcast. 22-minute podcast. Don't want to take up much of your time. Just gonna read some headlines.
Nope.
Stuff.
Mostly stuff. Oh, wow. Welcome to the 22-minute podcast. My name is Wes Sievertson. Today is December 2nd, 2024, and I am a little under the weather, if you didn't already guess from the sound of my voice and the overall perhaps realization that you heard me having subconsciously right when I started there of like, wow, yeah, this is sounding a little rough today. I mean, and really it's just piling on. It's all just compounding. Because if you notice, I did not introduce Mike Finley. He's not here. On Friday the 29th, the last episode that we released, it was his birthday. And yeah, right? It's a show based on birthdays, and I forgot about his birthday. I forgot about his birthday. He's not here today. Come to your own conclusions, so yeah, going solo, back to the solo thing. Mike Finley turned 35, the big 3-5 on Friday. So, it's a big one. It's a milestone. I'm sure he got a lot of love while I was just sitting here across from him, completely forgetting. And what's funny is, this is all so funny. He actually had to remind me the week before that it was my other best friend's birthday. So, I guess I emphasize that to say two things. One, wow, what a bad friend I am. And, but also two, hey, you're not the only one, Mike. It's not like it's just you. I didn't single you out maliciously. It wasn't on purpose. So, get over it. Fuck you. No, I'm just joking. Mike actually just, he's totally fine. I did forget his birthday. He didn't leave or nothing. I'm just joking. He actually had shit to do over the Thanksgiving break. You know what I mean? He actually had family to go and visit. And so, he had his daughter and they drove down to Texas, and he's just worn out. That's really it. He didn't, he got back late on Saturday and needed a day to relax on Sunday. He's not mad at all. Really, he makes the list. And I think if he realized the week before that I had pretty much forgot that it was Shelby's birthday, that I don't know. I know when his birthday is. I know when my birthday is, but I never feel it. You know what I mean? It's not. I guess some people do go through. They're more conscientious and they're more engaging with I don't know. How many times does someone have to have a conversation or try to explain why birthdays just don't stick out in their brain? You've all heard the reasons, Oh, I don't find my birthday to be very important, so I'm sorry, I forgot about yours. No, but Mike wasn't mad at all. I just wanted to do a bit. Yeah, so he'll be back next week. I guess I am just going to do this whole week solo. It's kind of fun, though, because I am doing this on Monday the 2nd. I'm doing it live. Well, not live. Live to tape. I guess that's not live, huh? But I am doing it on the 2nd. So we do get a little bit of that feeling of more camaraderie than we generally do before. Because, sure, it's fun to hear us talking about that particular day. But to actually do it on the day, I'm going to be filled. I'm going to be filled with a similar feeling that you had. I've already been on the roads today, I've already had the complete experience of what Monday, December 2nd, 2024 is giving, at least in Denver, Colorado. And can I say, hey man, just because I'm going the speed limit and you're not, and I happen to be passing you because you're going slow, you don't need to speed up. I'm not racing you. That's all I want to say. Okay. All right. So having birthdays today, December 2nd. Oh, okay. So I use the IMDb list, And it's interesting. I think this algorithm really, IMDb's, I guess, still a pretty popular website. I don't know. It was big 20 years ago, obviously, 18, 20 years ago, something like that. But I am always kind of surprised at the order of, I'm assuming their algorithm, the way that they set up the popularity of their celebrity lists and movie lists and things like that. Well, there's a couple things I assume. One, it's that it is based on who's clicking and looking these people up. So, and I bring that up to say, for example, it is Britney Spears' birthday. She's turning 43. Queen, crazy fucking queen. And happy birthday to her. I don't need to explain who Britney Spears is at all. But yes, it's her birthday. But she is number, what is this? She's number 16, 15 on the list, something like that. Like, how is Britney Spears so far down the list below Leslie Ann Brandt, who I don't think I've ever heard of, but she's having a birthday. She also doesn't like to show her birthday, FYI. So here's the thing. She was in Lucifer, and excuse me, that just went off the air in 2021, and that is the thing she's best known for. I don't know how popular Lucifer was, but again, and I guess she's also in like one of these Walking Dead spinoffs currently. So again, this is just kind of notable, and so that's what I get curious about is like, is it really that? Is it that so many people watched Lucifer and are watching this Walking Dead spinoff that they're clicking her and they're trying to figure out, who is she and have I seen her before? Which is totally possible. But at the same time, the other part of what I think the IMDb algorithm might be doing is they have advertisers, they have relationships with studios and all that kind of thing. So does it not behoove them to, financially and just overall for their website's function within the industry, to kind of serve as a propagate? Did I say that right? Anyway, I don't know. I just don't know that Britney Spears at any point has dropped below whoever Daniela Rush is, turning 41 today. Daniela Rush. Again, NCIS Los Angeles. Are those shows seriously that... See, this might be the issue. Maybe what I'm actually observing here is things like Lucifer and NCIS Los Angeles. Really, IMDb is a place where people who just are stuck on basic cable go more than anything. Maybe that's an indication of the fact that IMDb was popular 18 years ago and is still being used by borderline boomers, including myself, older, or I guess I'm a middle millennial. Anyway, I still think that middle millennial. Yeah, see, that's the thing. If it was middle millennials, excuse me, then Britney Spears would probably be higher on the list. So I don't know. I guess you have to take it at face value, because what else do you do? It's not like I can change the algorithm. It's not like if I got in the room with someone who actually knew anything about this algorithm, if there was some sort of slightly nefarious or deceitful processes that they're using to advertise through IMDb or I'm sorry, they're letting studios and agencies, whatever, advertise through them in kind of nefarious ways. They wouldn't tell me. All that to say, they wouldn't tell you. They wouldn't tell me. You'd never hear the truth from the people who actually are trying to actively cover it up. Oh God. Okay. Whew. So yeah, Britney Spears' birthday, which that's cool, right? Huge part of my childhood. I appreciate that I was a child when she was a child, because I do remember my dad kind of expressing an attraction towards Britney Spears when I think she was about 17. So, you know what? It's actually my dad's birthday. Look at that irony. He's a Nazi, and I'm sure the rest of the country agrees with him. So, just stating a fact at this point. It's not even controversial anymore. Like, maybe if he heard this and he'd be upset that I called him a Nazi, but hey, bud, just let the country fester for another 4 years. Maybe it won't be a big deal, and I'll be dead because I'll be anti-Nazi. Sorry, that wasn't over-exaggerated for comedic timing cough there, but man, I'm feeling rough. So yeah, this week is gonna be weird. Enjoy that. Sit back. Okay, turning 25 today. Fred, how do you say it? Hitchinger. Okay. Hetchinger, I bet. Fred Hetchinger. I think this guy, he's only turning 25. I'm actually surprised that he's that young. I thought he was maybe a little bit older. I guess he kind of has that look. I think people would maybe best know him. Well, now, actually, I forgot, he's in Gladiator 2. Honestly, I need to see Gladiator 2 just for this guy, because I do think, everything I've seen him in, I think he's really good. I think, I mean, he's so young. I kind of can't wait to see how he develops as an actor. But perhaps if you haven't seen Gladiator 2, what you would probably know him best from is as the younger brother in the first season of White Lotus. Yes, that was him. And then he was also in the Fear Street trilogy. I thought he was pretty good in that, and I was glad to see that he was kind of getting he was in these movies with the teen heartthrobs, or whatever you want to call them, just the people who are really notable and famous. Because if he's working with those guys, good. I mean, he's really talented. So I'm glad to also see that he's working in the popular circles as well, because that's going to be good for his pocketbook, which is only proven true by the fact that he's in Gladiator 2. Oh, he's actually produced some stuff. You never know how true. Oh wow. So he was an executive producer on Thelma. You know what? I need to look up some interviews, because I actually haven't seen Thelma yet. Yes, he's in it. Parker Posey's in it. A lot of people are in it, but June Squibb is just amazing. I fell in love with her as the mom in Nebraska. She just kind of stole the show, which I think was on purpose. By the end of you kind of spend some time with. Excuse me. You spend some time with. If you haven't seen Nebraska, you should really watch it. Excuse me. It is. It's Alexander Payne. So, last year, if you enjoyed The Holdovers. Same director. Definitely check it out. If you're older and you saw Election in the 90s with Matthew Broderick and Reese Witherspoon, and you liked that, well, I hope you haven't missed out on the rest of Alexander Payne's catalog. Sideways was really popular. I like Sideways, but it is a very it's probably the most pretentious Alexander Payne movie. But that's kind of the point. Is it's supposed to be a little insufferable. Anyway, so if you like Sideways, if you like the Descendants, about Schmidt, definitely check out Nebraska. Oh my God, I'm totally blanking on Will. Oh, dang it! Why do I blank on names of people that I love? But Nebraska. Anyway, spend some time with man, I'm just coming out of all ends today. I totally apologize. This is a gross episode. But anyway, Bruce Dern, Will Forte. You also got Bob Odenkirk in there, but June Squibb plays the mom of Bob Odenkirk and Will Forte. And after spending some time with Bruce Dern and Will Forte and a little bit of Bob Odenkirk, you get more of June Squibb, and man, she just really steals the show. So yes, if you haven't seen Nebraska, you got to check it out. But I find it fascinating, potentially, that Fred Hetchinger was the executive producer on the latest June Squibb film, which came out last year, and I haven't seen. I need to see it. Oh God, it took so long to just kind of come back around to. That's what I was talking about. Woo! This is like a marathon today. I think I need to take some Dayquil. All right, turning 56 today. Ooh, Lucy Liu. Man, she's a lot of fun, and literally, she's in a lot of stuff that I remember from kind of the late 90s, early 2000s that I watched as a kid. So obviously I was just head over heels in love with this cute Asian girl. I mean, that's the way I saw it. What do you want me to do? She was also kind of playing those roles sometimes. So anyway, but her in Payback, I fell in love with her there with Mel Gibson. Probably a problematic movie if I went and rewatched it, but it was intense back in the day, and she was great. And then of course, I think I probably fell in love with her while it was the Charlie's Angels movies and stuff, because she's just so cute. Anyway, no one wants to hear about that, but she's turning 46, so celebrate. Ooh. I'm going to say this name wrong, and people are going to know because he became so popular on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Turning 54 today, Joe Trujillo. Hilarious in everything I've ever seen him in. dang, I didn't realize he was. I mean, it makes sense that he's in his 50s. He's one of those guys that had smaller parts and stuff. Yeah, like 2007, he was in Superbad. That was almost 20 years ago. So yeah, like it makes sense that he's in his 30s. It's just he didn't become super well known until Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and that was. I mean, was he already 40 by then? You know what I mean? So he's just one of those that kind of get regulated. Like, wow, I didn't realize he was that old, simply because he hasn't been in the zeitgeist as strongly as some people for that long. So, but yeah, hilarious and Superbad. His character's funny and charming in a goofball way in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Funny in Paul, funny in Role Models for the couple minutes that he gets in those. But, actually, you know what? Role Models really isn't that good of a movie at all, but he has one of the most fantastic lines. A chance to sleep, a chance to dream. Something like that. And the way he delivers it and just his dedication to... I mean, I don't know. He's a character actor, obviously, but... He really puts the character in the character actor, and I appreciate that. Turning 56 today, Renee Sofer. She's one of those faces. I just wanted to mention her because, like, it does look like she was much bigger in the 90s, the 2000s a little bit. I mean, she's been in a bunch of stuff. She was in Traffic, Keeping the Faith. One of those faces that I saw and was like, oh my gosh, like I've seen her in a dozen plus things, but you know what? She's one of those celebrities, actors, whatever, that we cover a lot on the 22-minute podcast, where again, like, there's some sort of we see their face and hear their name or something, and we get this quick little flash of some sort of, I don't know, nostalgia memory of something that you know, Mike or I watched when we were like 5 years old, and it probably a shitty whatever it was. It was for some reason substantial, because when you're a kid, small things seem so much bigger and blah blah blah. So anyway, she's one of those. Renee Sofer, turning 56 today. So good for her. I'm gonna take a sip of something. Oh boy. Got no coverage today. Just gotta talk 22 minutes straight on this December 2nd, Monday. Which usually isn't a big deal, but just a little itchy there. Okay, big one. Turning 36 today. Alfred Enoch. He played Dean Thomas in the Harry Potter movies, which is fantastic. Dean Thomas, that's the cool thing about the books, is that it does feel, the Harry Potter books, they feel more like school stories, if that doesn't sound silly to say. And as a kid, like, I guess I just really enjoyed that dynamic, because obviously it was a reflection of what I was going through, and millions and millions of readers, hundreds of millions of readers have felt the same way, young readers. So it's just interesting how, like, important. I remember whenever you were introduced to, you'd get a little bit of Seamus, you'd get a little bit of Neville, you get a little bit of Dean, but you wouldn't get some other people that you read about in the book, and that would suck. It's super interesting. Honestly, I could talk way too long about Harry Potter, and I'm sure not a lot of people are interested in that anymore. But I just love it. I love the world, and I mean, I wish that they made more adult stories in that type of world. But I mean, is that kind of contradictory? Is that just kind of silly? To, it's a world about witches and wizards, and we're gonna make it a drama. Like, no one wants the DC-ification of Harry Potter. I get it, but maybe, I don't know, just a little grainier, something like that. But no, the Harry Potter books themselves, I'm looking forward to the HBO series. The potential that they may kind of develop the side characters a little bit more. They may just take more time with stuff that was in the book, and really, like, kind of develop that feeling of like a school story. And obviously with rewatching now, because I have rewatched them quite a bit this year. The first three, or the first two, the first 2 or 3, 4, really the first like 4. It's mostly how see, this is the thing. I'm gonna get too convoluted. Some of the earlier ones really are. You're just like, oh, I can't wait till I see Alan Rickman again. And honestly, Alan Rickman, he's just my favorite. Snape's my favorite now. But yeah, the kids are they're just pushing the story along. There's not a lot going on. I hope they're able to take more time within those first couple of books, and it may be more difficult with child actors, but maybe not. Maybe not these days. I hope they keep it British though. I'm just saying, I don't need some American boy like me playing Harry Potter. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay, moving on. Let's see. We got a little under 2 minutes here. So we'll do a couple more birthdays. I mean, if I recognize any of these people. I feel like I recognize this guy, Stephen Bauer. But I don't know, like, why I recognize, like, what I... He was in something with Paul Walker. Oh, wait, is this... Oh, okay, you know what? Forgive me. Stephen Bauer. Yeah. He played, I believe... Yep. He played, Don Eladio, in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. So that's why he's still kind of up on the top of the IMDb list here in the top 30. But he was also in Scarface. He was the guy. Oh, he was the friend in Scarface, and he was in Traffic. He was in Primal Fear. He's been in a bunch of stuff. I never made the connection that the kind of stupid dickhole friend in Scarface was the leader of the Mexican cartels in Breaking Bad and such. So I hope by saying Mexican cartels, I didn't like trigger some algorithm where now like some government agencies listening to me. Okay, let's see. Do we want to do any more birthdays? Who do we got? I feel like I do. See, again, it's just so many faces where I'm like, who is that? I recognize him. I couldn't do 2 seconds on him though for a second. I don't know. Who is this? Megan Black. She looks familiar. Excuse me. I don't know. She was in Carrie. She was an elf in Elf. Oh, she voiced Rogue in X-Men Evolution, which I watched as a preteen. Looks like she's done a bunch of voices. Okay, she's a well-known voice actor. She was also in Dead Like Me.